AI is replacing jobs. Why lifelong beginners will win. The most dangerous thing you can become right now is an expert. I mean that. It's not because expertise does not matter. It does. But because the person who thinks they have already arrived is the person who stops moving, stops growing. And right now, that can cost you everything. I want to give you one idea that is the clearest blueprint for staying relevant in an AI disrupted world. A beginner for the rest of your life. That's it. That's the whole strategy. And why experts are losing. For decades, the model was really, really simple. Pick a lane, accumulate knowledge, become the expert. Coast on that authority. That model is now a liability. When you decide you have arrived, you start protecting what you already know. You stop asking the questions that you asked when you started out. And in a world where AI can synthesize the knowledge of an entire profession in seconds, static expertise has a very short shelf life. The beginner's mind is crucial. There is a concept from Zen Buddhism, Shoshin, the beginner's mind. In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. When you stay a beginner, you ask the questions the expert stopped asking years ago. You look at a broken process and genuinely wonder why it was ever built that way. That curiosity, unguarded, undefended, is the one quality that AI cannot replicate. Well, not yet, anyway. I've trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for several years. I've got a blue belt. Every time I step on the mat, I'm a beginner again. It doesn't matter what I learned last session. The person in front of me does not know my history. They only know what I do in that moment right now. That reset, that forced return to zero is not humbling. It's the whole point. The people who thrive on the mat are not the ones protecting what they know. They are the ones curious about what they have not learnt yet. The same is true in business right now. Your new metric. For years, the metric was IQ. Then it became EQ. Now, the metric that really matters is AQ, your adaptability quotient. Now, it's not what you know, not even how well you relate to people, how fast you can learn, unlearn, and begin again. By the time you reach 30, if you do not have 2 or 3 distinct skills you could earn from independently, the risk is real. The professionals winning right now don't have the most credentials. They are the most genuinely hungry to start over when the situation demands it. This week, 2 conversations dropped that connect directly to everything I've just said. On Influential Visions, I sat down with Nicholas Babin, EU Digital, former head of Sony Europe for AI and robotics, 30 years working with AI. And we talked about white collar, payroll contraction, the disappearance of the first 3 rungs of the career ladder, what you can do about it, and why the outcome of all of this is still in human hands. And Nicholas said something I keep coming back to. The opportunity is not to have fewer humans at work. It is to have humans spending less time behaving like machines. And that's the beginner's mind applied to the workplace. The link is in the show notes. It's on a different show that I run. Go and listen. It's Influential Visions. And on the Network First podcast this week, the full exploration of the Network First manifesto, what it means to put your community first and let the financial outcome follow. If you want the practical framework for building a career AI cannot displace, that is also another episode I would recommend you listen to. It's not long, 25, 30 minutes, 15 if you play it fast. And that's also in the show notes for this as well. The career ladder has not disappeared. It's been redesigned. The professionals who understand that are about to find more opportunities. They're about to find more opportunity than the old model ever offered them. But you have to be willing to begin again, not once, but as a one-time pivot for the rest of your life, every day. And that willingness, that chosen, deliberate curiosity is the one thing that separates you from the technology reshaping every industry. A beginner for the rest of your life, that's not a limitation. That is the highest version of yourself. If this landed with you, share it with one person who needs it this week. I'd appreciate that. And if you're not inside Monday Influencer, that is where the deep work happens. That is where the success happens. The link is below for that. And you can get access to that for $1 for month one. And then it's $19.95 a month from there. See you next Thursday. Thank you.